2022 is so chuggy, and so it's time to look back at all of the smart home devices that were low-key fire and made me dead AF. Did that work? Brought in the Gen Z demographic. Speak properly. This video is every product that I am still using in my house out of the 1,123 products that I've reviewed over the past 12 years, and a couple that I actually regret installing and yet still use like a total dumbass. And number 4 will shock you. A good bait? Some say I'm the master of bait. That was masturbate. Govee make my favourite lighting products primarily because the majority of their stuff has individually addressable LEDs, which means that you can use muted colours if you're hosting a sophisticated soiree, but you can also create these amazing rainbow effects too, which can even be animated to snake along the strip, and I've paired the 2 lights across the kitchen.
What lights?
The 2 lights above the kitchen.
Oh! 4 lights!
He's off his tits again. Can someone get Captain Picard a taxi, please? They work with Alexa and Google, and most importantly for me, they work with Home Assistant too. This means that I can use this TUYA Smart Life Zigbee motion sensor to switch the 2 Govee LED strips on when we walk into the room, and turn them off again when no motion is detected. But you could also do this with an Alexa routine too, so even if you're not a complete nerd, you can still achieve this same result. The only downside to Govee's products is that they are reliant on the cloud. This means that you wouldn't be able to use the Alexa skill to control them if Govee went bust. But what you could do instead is plug them into a smart home socket, and the smart home socket could turn them on instead using its Alexa skill, so all would not be lost. And also, they are Bluetooth, which means that you could still use the Govee app to control the lights and the colours, so it's not actually as big of a deal as it is with some providers. If you're interested in any of this stuff, it will be linked in the description down below. Go check it out there. My favourite smart home automation is still my sexy time button, because everybody knows what a big turn on smart homes are for the ladies. This is a Zigbee battery-powered remote light switch from Aqara. It is designed as an extra light switch to be paired either to Aqara's light bulbs, or rather, more excitingly, to a mains-powered Aqara light switch, which is the exact setup I have in my living room. But because I use Home Assistant, I can also get it to fire up my Nvidia Shield, start my projector, set a sexy time Spotify playlist going, close my curtains and blinds, and switch the lights on behind the bed. I can't tell you what a turn on this has been for my wife. So randy. Every time I press that button, she's like... It's the dance my wife does when she's in the mood. I'm in so much trouble. She's gonna kill me. Aqara's stuff works entirely locally too, which means that if your internet connection is down, it all still works. And if Aqara goes bust tomorrow, all of your stuff keeps working because Aqara's central hub is responsible for controlling all of the devices instead of the cloud. And the vast majority of Aqara's stuff works with Home Assistant 2 through a CONBEE stick or similar USB Zigbee device. So it's a great system to buy into because if you ever do decide to go down the Home Assistant route, the majority of their stuff will work directly through a CONBEE stick, which is how I've got it all set up. Sorry to interrupt. I've just been informed that Salt Bae, the world-renowned chef, has touched the World Cup. I know. I'm as up in arms as you are. Lad Bible comment section going mental. They want action taking. FIFA need to do something about this. I've suggested they stop him playing football. What can they do? They can't do anything, you maniacs. And you know what? I'm going to own up. I made him do it. And if you don't subscribe, I'm going to make him do it again. I'm just going to take a quick stab at LIFX here because I must shout the words fucking LIFX at least once a day. And when I first bought them, they were all singing, all dancing. Fully local Wi-Fi bulbs with the brightest, most saturated colours on the market. But about a week into owning them, they're more like... Seriously, do not buy LIFX at any cost. Switchbots are the kings of retroactively smartifying dumb products. Whether it's your curtains, an old switch you can't replace, a key that you want turning in your door, or a tilt blind, they've got you covered. The blind tilt motor that is able to open and close my very heavy wooden slat blinds is one of their standout products for 2022, because no one else has made one, and is the only reason this room sees any daylight. But Switchbot's whole ecosystem is a pretty bloody great thing regardless. The Switchbot lock, for example, can turn almost any key in almost any door, and can turn your latch too. And it's a great way to retrofit a smart lock with minimal DIY. Your missus will love it. Whereas it only used to come in black, it now comes in silver too. It's my favourite meme now. You're gonna see that every week. I have a Google Nest Hub Max solely for the purpose of looking at my Google Nest doorbell. Both products suck balls.
Hey Google,
navigate to Adam.
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
What am I gonna do? Pick it up off my desk, skip merrily to my car, pop it on my dash and navigate using a Google Nest Hub? The only reason we haven't moved away from this is because Nisha insisted we have 24/7 recording, and Nest is still the only doorbell that does 24/7 recording. Could everyone else catch up, please, so I can ditch this pile of garbage? It doesn't matter how many times I say to it,
hey Google,
show the front door. And she's like, show the front door.
All right, streaming the front door.
Pathetic. Seriously, this is an everyday occurrence. I didn't have to film this a whole bunch of times to get this result. This happened immediately because it fails 8 times out of 10. Everything else in this house is Amazon, and I have at least one Alexa-based device in every room of this house except for the bathroom. Amazon speakers understand me way better than any Google device I own. And the speakers not only sound better, but they have a way more impressive range of products. From the Echo Studio in the gym to the massive Echo Show 15 in the living room. I mean the Echo Show 15 sucks donkey balls, but where's Google's? I'll tell you where it is. Having its Google mandated lobotomy before it's released to the public. Quick fire round then. These are all of the devices I'm still using going into 2023, and I have been using, some of which, since 2012. Alexander, shut it all down.
Disengaging all applications. See you soon. Setting alarm in 10, 9, 8.
That's right. Automation was better 9 years ago. So we'll start out with Broadlink, and this is one that I have owned literally forever. This is what started this channel. The Broadlink RM4 Pro, as it is now known, controls TVs and set-top boxes, and basically anything that requires an infrared remote. But it can also control RF devices too, such as my projector screen, and it simply learns the buttons from your original remote and then advertises them to Alexa, and in my case, Home Assistant too. Next up is anything from TUYA Smart Life that is Zigbee based. If you can find Zigbee-based TUYA Smart Life products, they'll work within their own ecosystem fantastically well, but they'll also connect directly to a CONBEE stick for Home Assistant 2. And it's a TUYA Zigbee motion sensor in my kitchen that is triggering those two lights.
Lights!
I got mine from ZemiSmart, who do an awesome range of TUYA Zigbee-based Smart Life devices. If you're interested in those or any of the things I discuss in today's video, just to reiterate, they're in the description if you want to pick them up. You will need their Zigbee hub if you don't plan to connect them to Home Assistant via a CONBEE stick or similar, but this Zigbee hub does actually give you access to be able to control those devices and listen to those devices not only with Alexa and Google Home, but also with Apple HomeKit 2. The Tado radiator thermostats that I reviewed in 2022 are still going strong, and they are still awesome. The Aqara equivalents are awesome too, and the only reason I didn't go with those is because I'd already got the Tado stuff installed in the cupboard.
Oh, there's so little space. My back is cramping up and I've dropped it again!
Both have their advantages and disadvantages. I think I probably prefer the Tado system for my own needs, but you should watch both reviews, which I shall link here. Is this how this works? I don't remember. But you can go and click on that and you'll be able to go and watch my reviews and make up your mind for yourself. I have two Roborock vacuums, one upstairs and one downstairs. And the one upstairs I have had for literally years, and it still sucks like a... Are your kids watching? A really good vacuum cleaner. Not sexual. These Shelly bulbs appear in every list I make because they're so damned beautiful. They're Wi-Fi, which means there's no hub required to get them to work with your voice assistant, but more importantly, they also work entirely locally and have a Home Assistant integration too. And finally, Flick. If you've not seen Flick before, they are the smallest smart home button you'll ever find, and they are still, to this day as far as I know, the only button that can start Alexa routines. You will need their hub to connect them to Amazon if you want to be able to do that, but if you want to use them with Home Assistant, you can actually connect them directly via Bluetooth with a little bit of faffing around. With a lot of faffing around. They're not cheap, but they are one of the most reliable solutions in this house, so go check them out in the description if you're interested in buying some Flick buttons. That's my list of all of my favourite smart home products going into 2023. If you think I've missed any, let me know in the comments what a great big moron I am and how much better you would be at this. All of those companies have either made noises about Matter support or are rumoured to have Matter support in 2023. But the reality is they will work for years to come regardless, like years and years into the future. And even then, you'll still be able to connect them to Home Assistant and make them work forever. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That'll tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know that you want to be notified when I upload videos. These incredible people here are my patrons from Patreon, and without them, there would be no channel. I would not be doing this in a call center somewhere. I say this weekly because they are brilliant, and you can be one of those amazing people at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my Instagrams and my TikToks too. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time. I can't tell you what a turn on this has been for my wife. It's so randy. The bin men are outside now. What a great filming experience I'm having. Could someone get a taxi for Picard? That was rubbish.